which is greater? The giant number that starts with 6 or two more giant numbers that starts with 6 multiplied together? And do not use a calculator. I won't bother trying to say those two giant numbers that start with 6. They look like something quintillion, so let's not look at that. And do not look at calculator part. But like you probably know, my channel is called Math Kids by Max, not Math Adults by Max, or Math People by Max, or whatever. So you're probably a kid if you're tuning into this video right now. So you're probably a kid and you don't really have a calculator to calculate with. So I think for me, and probably most of the kids in this world, they mean don't use stacking multiplication, but do they really need to tell us that? I mean, it's like so obvious that like multiplying this out is not the way to go with this ridiculously large problem. And by large problem, I don't mean the number of words in this problem, I mean the numbers. Well, it's good that they're not asking us for the actual value of it. That'll be ridiculous. They're just asking us which is greater. But it's still hard. So, well, there is a relationship between these. It's kind of like, it's kind of a little harder to notice with these giant numbers, but if we put this number first, I'll just say this number, that number. I'll just point to the numbers. Hopefully you'll be able to follow. So this number, well, if we add 2, we get this number. We add 2, we get this number. So just call this A, call this B, call this C. If we put A next to C, which is in the middle, next to B, which is the largest, put the signs in actually. ACB, well, of course, we don't want to work with 3 variables. I mean, these numbers are scary enough. We don't want 3 more variables to deal with, so I'm just going to use 1 variable. Now, I hope you know this, but when you have like an odd number of numbers, and the numbers are evenly spaced, and you don't want to use like all the numbers to be a different variable, you usually want the one variable that you want to be in the middle. In fact, it makes sense, right? If we change the C to an X, it's a lot easier to describe A and B as just X minus 2. And X minus 2 is a lot easier than 6 what's it. Of course, similarly, X plus 2 is a lot easier to say than 6 what's it. So, then that we have this, we can only hope that things will get better. Okay. We can really think about this. We can just take out the x, because we want x squared, which is greater, of course, x squared or x minus 2 times x plus 2. X minus 2 times x plus 2. Again, I hope you know this, but this is x squared minus 2 squared. I'll prove to you why. We can factor this out, this top part out. X times x is x squared. Positive x times positive 2 is 2x. Negative 2 times x is minus 2x. And negative 2 times positive 2 is negative 2 squared. These two go away. So you just have x squared minus 2 squared, which also gives us the formula A minus B times A plus B is what I just showed you. The difference of the two squares. Which means when you take one number minus another number times the same number times plus the same number, you just get the difference of those two squares. And like I proved to you, that's that. So let's see, these two together, they make x squared minus 2 squared. And well, of course, then this is less, means this is greater. And when we do not have to multiply a whole bunch of what's-its, 6 what's-its, to figure out the answer.